I've wondered about whether being in between two groups is something of a call for attention. Because the view that I have in regards to theism, in regards to God, is heretical essentially to both atheists and theists alike. Because I make the claim, you are God. And both theists and atheists say, no, I'm not. The relevance of this is to, I watched a video, the real reason that atheists deny Allah. And the atheist was talking about how it's not denial, because denial is active. What atheists are doing is passive, a rejection based on insufficient evidence. What is, I'd say, pretty well recognized at this point by the atheist community is that theists are projecting. The reason that I recognize this is that I know this as a common trait for these types of things. Statists project, statist is someone who defends the government, defends the state. And you're watching this, if you're watching this, you very well might be an example of that, because you're probably an atheist looking to this and going, depending on what to make the title. No. So you might view me as a New Age quack or something like that. I say this because that's my common experience with these types of things. So I would call that a cry for attention if it weren't that I was deliberately endeavoring in creativity. And by that I mean that I've studied it, and that one of the best ways to create new ideas is that of the disconnection of old ideas that you thought were related but aren't, or the combination of ideas in new and unique ways. The sense of saying that each of us are God is the combination of quantum mechanics non-locality and the sheer ubiquity of the idea of God. So, God is equivalent with energy. The differentiation here is that energy is the pure scientific form of the explanation of the matter. And the way to have life occur is through amnesia, which is through what's known as dissonance. Dissonance occurs with two opposing ideas. The opposing ideas for energy is that energy is a singular thing, and if the world is indeed made of energy, a singular thing, the other part of that is that a singular entity cannot exist, because if there's only one thing, then there's no differentiation, and there's just one thing. In an interaction, existence is impossible. Thus, God in the religious sense, the objective God, the one that oversees everything, objectively, well, not objectively, but subjectively, objectively, or objectively, subjectively, I'm not quite sure how to use those terms yet, does not exist. Because without interaction, without intervention, without observation, nothing is occurring. There's no data being collected, there's no rendering of the universe. It simply does not exist, does not manifest. All personal gods are more or less the projected collective traumas of people, expressing those in trauma-inducing ways, cycling over and over again the spiritual death of people, the slavery of your existence onto another idea of existence. Because why do you think the cry is for worship? Why do you think the need is for worship? Because this God then has a lack. Because if he needs to be worshipped, that means he has a lack. And there is a lack, because all religions are satanic by definition, by default, by what they are. They are blind faith. The crucial question is blind faith being too wordy? Because there's also the general idea of let go, let God, which is very similar to the idea of let the universe do its thing. But only if you recognize that you're letting go into your greater self, which is you. But that's the thing that both atheists and theists reject.